G'day guys, and welcome to another NRL season review. Today we're going to be talking about the New Zealand Warriors, who finished in 13th position. The Warriors, disappointing and so good. Let's get into the Warriors season. Now the Warriors saw some big movements with Chanel Harris-Tavita joining the side, and in the early side of the season I actually thought he was a really good player, but that was overtaken, that position, by Kodi Nikorima. His move from the Brisbane Broncos to the Warriors saw him, in my opinion, in one of the best form players of the year. I thought most of the year he was consistent and he was fantastic. And obviously Shaun Johnson, who has been a massive part of the Warriors club for many, many years, signed with the Cronulla Sharks, and that was a big gap to fill. And I think Kodi Nikorima partnered with Blake Green in the half. Actually, he filled those shoes quite well. Blake Ayshford, who I thought's been a good player, who has retired now, wasn't at his full potential this year in the centres. But no less, there were some outstanding players at the Warriors, but there were some big shoes to fill as Shaun Johnson left the club, and you can see as a club they are missing his leadership. David Fusitu'a was the leading try scorer in the competition for the 2018 season. He had a very, very quiet season in my opinion, but Ken Maumalo, wow, he was an outstanding winger for the Warriors. I think he was Winger of the Year. If I'm not wrong, I think he got the Winger of the Year at the Dally M Awards. Personally, Maika Sivo from Parramatta still has a lot to learn, but he was definitely up there with Winger of the Year. But in regards to missing tackles and things, I still think Sivo has a lot to learn, but do love him as a player. Not here to talk about the Eels though, here to talk about the New Zealand Warriors. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck is an outstanding fullback, if not one of the best in the competition. He is kind of wasted potential at the Warriors unless this club grows and gets better. I thought Bunty Afoa was probably one of the best props of the year. He was hard-hitting. He played his absolute best in every game that he did play. There were a few games that he missed, I think due to injury or whether he was given time off. But Stephen Kearney needs to look at this club and turn it around. To go from final and so good last year, I know they only just made the 8, but then to finish bottom 4 this year and to be such an inconsistent side as well, to get maybe 2 wins and then 10 losses. It is very unfortunate for this team, but the Warriors are capable of upsets, and it was very hard for me to pick which game was their best win, which I'll speak about in a moment. But as I spoke about, Kodi Nikorima, he was fantastic in the number 7 jersey for the side, but Ken Maumalo, I think, was probably their best player on the field, and coming close is Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. I still think Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has another level. Every time I watch him, he is an absolute freak. The day that the round 1 season first game the Warriors played was also the day after horrible events of a shooting in New Zealand, which I pay my deepest condolences to the 51 lives lost. But the Warriors for the NRL, they came out firing against a Bulldogs side who were predicted for the wooden spoon, and God, they looked that way. They were awful in this match, and the Warriors were amazing. 40 points to 6 in front of a home crowd. It is a massive effort. It could be the game you could speak about as the best performance of the year, but as I said, the Warriors were capable of performing upsets, and they lost 34 to 6 to the Tigers the week after this. I'm just trying to look what round it was. There was a round where they played the Knights, and they won 24 points to 20 after a pretty bad halftime lead. But as I said, the Warriors away from home, as inconsistent as they are, I think they play their best footy when they're not at home. I think that they are a dangerous team. They can be written off way too easily, and they can keep it very close. They can definitely keep games within 10 points with some of those top teams. I thought the Warriors got very unlucky against the Storm on Anzac Day. Very unlucky result for the Warriors there. But as I said, they showed up against the Knight 24-20 in that second half of the round. And look, I don't think the Warriors had as bad as a year as people say. They had a disappointing year, yes, because they were bottom 4, but they performed a lot of upsets against some top teams. Now, due to a bad ending, I wouldn't call it their best game of the season, but the Warriors against Manly needs to be spoken about. I think the Warriors were paying about $4 in this match, and at half-time they led 18-0. They had only won, I think, 18 of their last 20 games against Manly. It is one of their bogey team, and they came out firing. It was a very small attendance of 9,000 people, but Ken Mamalo got a double. Chanel Harris-Tavita kicked 3 out of 4 goals. There was a sin binning of Adam Blair, and Ruben Garrick, he came out firing in the 72nd minute and the 74th for Manly. He piled on the points, and the 18-0 became a Warriors upset 24-16. The Warriors 13 plus was a given here, but they won 1-12 against a Manly side, which I'm pretty sure were at full strength. I think Tom Trbojevic was out after this, and Manly definitely went in as favourites. Yes, he was there. He was playing at fullback, of course. Big upset there, and congrats to the Warriors. I personally would put that as your best game, probably your best win, but the fact that points were leaked does not help. In conclusion, the Warriors with players like Tuivasa-Sheck, Bunty Afoa, Ken Mamalo on the wing, even David Fusitu'a, they have potential to be such a threatening side, but for the moment, I don't know how they are going to do it based on this result. They can't win home games. They need to start winning those home games. But when they do travel, they are a very dangerous team. I look out for the Warriors in 2020 season. I wish them best of luck, and this has been another NRL season review.